We got some more information on how Forza Horizon 5 is going to run on the Xbox Series X and S. When they showed off Forza Horizon 5 at the Xbox and Bethesda showcase this week, it was by far, for me, the best looking video game that I've ever seen on a console. It was jaw-dropping. The actual graphics of the environments, the cars, the ray tracing, the lighting, just everything that they are doing with this game looks absolutely incredible, and I cannot wait to play it. Now, after they revealed it, there were some questions coming out as to how this game was going to perform, how it was going to run, and we heard that it was going to have a 4K 30 FPS mode, which caused a lot of concern because people are wanting that 60 FPS mode. Well, it's been confirmed here that 4K 60 FPS mode will be available on Forza Horizon 5. So this comes from a question from Link233 on Twitter asking Mike Brown, the creative director of Forza, saying, "Hi Mike Brown, how does 60 FPS mode Forza Horizon 5 perform on the Xbox Series XS?" And Mike Brown responds, "Performance mode gets you 4K 60 on Series X and 1080p 60 on the Series S." So that concern can officially be put to rest. You're going to be able to play this game at 4K 60 FPS, or you're going to be able to have that option to get the highest graphic fidelity and play it at 30 FPS in 4K. Now we have to keep in mind with these consoles, ray tracing is a very taxing thing on a GPU, and it's really hard to do even with like the highest end GPU right now. Trying to get the game to run at the highest settings with all ray tracing on and 60 FPS 4K, even with the highest end GPU, is still difficult and still is very taxing on a computer. And then on top of that, the value we're getting out of the Xbox Series X and the Xbox Series S is out of this world. If you want to build a high-end PC to run all games at highest settings with ray tracing at 4K 60, you'd be spending well over $2,000. But with the Xbox Series X and S, we're getting these options, and we're only spending $500 for the Series X or $300 for the Series S. With that being said, I do think it's very important that all games this generation on console give you that 60 FPS option, because I think when most people boot up Forza Horizon 5, they're going to run it at 4K 30 initially just to take a look at the graphics and the landscape and the vistas, because it looked absolutely incredible in that trailer, and people are going to want to see it at its highest possible graphics fidelity. But then they'll eventually switch over to the 4K 60, and I still think the game is going to look amazing. I still think even in the 4K 60 FPS mode for Forza Horizon 5, it's going to be the best looking console game coming out, the best looking game available on the Series XS, and just across every platform out there. I think even on PC, Forza Horizon 5 is going to be the best looking game available. It'll be interesting to see the difference between the 30 and the 60 FPS mode, but I'm assuming they're just going to be toggling settings like you do when you boot up a game on PC, and you can go in and you can customize the settings in there to make sure that the game runs optimized on your computer. And they'll probably just reduce the ray tracing. Maybe it'll be running in like high setting instead of like ultimate or ultra settings when you're in 4K 60. I don't think it'll be that massive a difference. I think it'll still look and play absolutely fine. But Forza Horizon 5 is extremely exciting. I can't wait to get my hands on this game. I've said this in other videos. I'm not like the biggest racing game fan. I'm not like the biggest Forza fan. I got into Forza Horizon really with Forza Horizon 4, and it is just such a fun game. Every time I would sit down to play it, I would be hooked in for a couple of hours because that's how much fun I would be having just driving around. So I'm really looking to Forza Horizon 5. It's going to be probably the first Forza Horizon game for me that I spend a lot of time in and really jump into on day one. But anyways, guys, that's it for me. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Let me know what you think about the two graphics modes available for Forza Horizon 5 and what the difference you think will be between the 30 FPS mode and the 60 FPS mode. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you're new here, you like what you see throughout this video, you think it's worthy of your time, I really would appreciate you if you hit that subscribe button to help this channel grow. Thank you again for watching. Thank you for your support, and I'll catch you in the next video.
Bye.